Welcome to Journal Entries. I'm Samantha Hawley, and I work with successful women in business and leadership who are making six figures and tired of their work stress bleeding into their home life. I specialize in the ripple effect, helping you regulate your nervous system so that you can be focused and fulfilled in your career and patient and present at home. If you're ready to leave work at work and choose presence over performance, you are in the right place. Hello. Welcome to today's journal entry. Also, today we are celebrating the third year of journal entries. I remember launching on Halloween. It was October 31st of 2022, and I had no idea where this podcast would go, where it would take me, how long I would be doing it. But I am just loving podcasting so much and loving this outlet and being able to share with you the raw, real emotions and situations that I'm going through. That's always been my number one goal, is just helping to normalize big emotions and what it is that you might be going through in your life. And so I'm excited that this is the third year. And honestly, I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself as to what to talk about on this episode. And I had an initial thought. The topic is like why or what business blind spots that you have is keeping you stuck and how to break free. And I like that. So I'm going to save that though, because this morning I had a conversation with my sister that sparked this whole idea and the whole concept. She had said to me that she believes that she thinks other women feel selfish for investing in coaching because it's a big investment just for them, right? They are the ones that are separating themselves out for like an hour a week for their coaching, and they are, doing all the things, and it feels like it's just for themselves. And I have such an opposite perspective. But before I share that, I want to share that I've kind of always been this way of realizing that what I do for myself impacts other people. And so the things that I've done for myself in the past is travel. At first glance, it might feel like, oh, she's traveling alone or doing this, and this is her experience. But I just loved it so much, especially when I was coaching with Beachbody. I had a few years where I was traveling 4 times a year, and I accepted every single opportunity to travel because it lit me up. It just gave me this like adrenaline rush almost. Also, I started journaling. I journaled a lot. It used to just be like gratitude and affirmation type journaling. And then the strategic portion came in when I was going through my divorce. And I was like, I need this to be deeper. I need this to actually do something for me, not just, write 3 happy things each day. And so that was my time to myself where I invested in me and my emotions and my life and my stressors and things like that. I've also gone to therapy. I have started Beachbody coaching back, oh my gosh, and I don't even know. I was like 23, I think, when I started Beachbody coaching, and it was on the side of my full-time job. Again, it was very much just for me. But it was just something that I was excited to do. And I was like, I need to explore that. And then, of course, I've invested in both personal and business coaches to guide me along my journey. And with all of these things, there's probably more that I didn't mention, but with all of them, there was such a positive effect that it had in other areas of my life. At first glance, it did feel like this is just what I'm doing because I want to. And that alone, I think a lot of women are scared to do or scared to admit that they want to do this for themselves, and they stop there. They think, oh, this is a solo trip. My family isn't benefiting. I don't get to bring my kids with me, or it's just expensive, and now I won't be able to do XYZ with my husband or whatever it might be. And so they shut it down. They shut down these opportunities for themselves. When in reality, every single one of those things boosted other areas of my life. Like with all of the traveling I did, I got to bring my ex with me on these trips, and it expanded our connection. We got to explore the world together. And also it gave me so much joy that I was just happier at my full-time job. I was happier as a partner. I had more energy for the things that mattered. Journaling and therapy obviously helps me with emotional regulation. So that is a personal thing, but it also gives me a space to vent strategically so it doesn't come out at my son. And so thinking about it that way, I'm spending the time on myself so that I'm a calmer mom. I'm patient. I'm present with him just through therapy and journaling. Also with Beachbody coaching, I just felt like I was making such an impact and I was passionate about life and opportunities. And I incorporated my sister in it with me. I got her to coach with me, and it allowed us both to have extra streams of income and to travel together and to visit our other sister in LA. It was just such a cool ripple effect that all of these things had. And coaching gave me the push to create my podcast. 3 years ago, I was working with a business coach, and she was expensive. She was $2,500 a month, and she had a 6-month container. Like I had to sign up for 6 months. And let me just say, I was not in the position to be doing that sort of investment. My Beachbody income was like tanking essentially at that point. And I knew that it was really scary, but I think that there's two different types of fear. There's one that truly gives you like anxiety and that pit in your stomach. And it's just your intuition telling you, no, this is not the time. Don't do this. But then there's another type of fear that feels like you're on a roller coaster and you're going up. And I think I may have done an episode on roller coasters before. Roller coasters are scary AF to me. I didn't go on my first one until I was like 23, maybe even 25. It was late. And still, I like scream before we even go down a hill. And they're just really scary for me. But that sense of fear and anticipation and that rush of going up the roller coaster before you even drop, that to me signals that there's hope, there's excitement, and this is something that you should test out and see if you want to do for yourself. And that's what I got with that coach back when in 2022. I just knew that it would lead to something bigger and better for me. And it did. It helped me solidify this podcast and further my business and created this life for myself right now that I'm so passionate about, where I get to pour that into everything else I do. I get to pick up my son from school feeling fulfilled, not stressed from my workday. And so these are just a few examples, literally just the things that were right off the tippy top of my head. And they're all the things and the reasons how I know that investing in myself, whether it just be investing $12 in a journal or zero money, but your time into something or something expensive like a business coach, it's not selfish. It's not just for you. In fact, I think that it's the most selfless thing that you can do because it ripples into all areas. However, the thing to keep in mind is that you have to make it count. Things like bubble baths and massages, they are self-care, I believe, and they will help you feel calmer momentarily. So I'm just picturing like coming home from a massage or getting out of the tub. You will, I don't know, be calmer and happier and more chill as a mom, like when your kids are, asking you for things until it's time for your kids' bath. And then they're taking forever to get in the tub. And then suddenly they love it and they're taking forever to get out of the bathtub. Then you start to feel that, I don't know, like anxiety maybe again, or frustration mostly. And like, oh, it's bedtime. Can I get some time for myself at the end of this? Or is this going to take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? And so getting support for your overwhelm, your emotions, your self-doubt, your goals can truly give you the tools that will last a lifetime. You will not just feel that momentary relief, which I've had 2 clients send me their Aura Ring stats. I don't have one yet. I'm asking for one for Christmas, but you can track your stress with the Aura Ring. And they sent me their screenshots showing that during the 1-hour call that I have with them, their stress literally plummeted to the very lowest is feeling restored. And that's how they felt during our calls together, which then tells me that not only do they feel good talking to me and working through this stuff, because our calls are not meditation and like happy-go-lucky things. We're digging into the tough stuff, but then they get to go back to their lives feeling more complete and fulfilled. And so those are the types of investments, whether it be your time, your energy, or your money, that is more worth it, if you will, because those types of tools will last you. You can bring up whatever it is that you learned forever, right? That's what lights me up about my coaching and what I do as a clarity coach. And it's that I don't just see the women that I work with as one woman at a time. I envision this woman and how it ripples into her family, into her career, into her entire life. And on my goals list that I was creating with my business coach when I had her a couple months ago, I channeled like my why, and that is my why, is that I want to help women. But when I was thinking about this, I was like, it's not just the woman. It ripples into everywhere, as we've been talking about. So when I wrote down my goal, I wrote, I want to help 1,000 families by April, because that's what really makes me smile. I'm like smiling right now as I'm saying this, but the family unit and how, gosh, it goes even beneath that of, or further than that, maybe, of you are teaching your kids how to feel more confident when you are parenting from a more confident place. And so, anyways, gosh, I could keep going on and on about this, but I have the goal to start speaking at events. And I just envision like a room full of women. And it's not just the women there that are benefiting from this, it ripples into their kids and their family units and their career in so many other areas. I just hosted a workshop locally at Meraki Beauty recently, and there were 7 women that came. And when I saw them sitting in these chairs, I kind of pictured like their family units behind them, like they're all there, because I know that that's what investing in yourself and pouring into yourself ripples into. So I guess I want this episode to really invite you to start prioritizing yourself, to start doing something for yourself, knowing that it doesn't stop there. And I would even ask you, when was the last time that you did something for yourself? Or what has stopped you from doing something? Like something that I did not do is when I was 25, I think, I saw an opportunity to travel to Bali for a yoga retreat. And it would have been solo. And I was so excited for this that when my boyfriend at the time came home, I was like, I want to do this. I have the money for it. I want to go. And the way that he responded was so negative, and how, like, why would I do this without him? And I need to bring him on these trips. And well, I don't know if he said that, but that's like what I sensed from it. And it immediately shut me down of like, oh, okay, I can't do that. And so that's something that I didn't do. That was an opportunity that I never took, that I always still to this day wonder, I wonder what if I went on that? How would my life have changed from what I would have learned on that retreat, even just learning about myself traveling alone? And so that's another question you could ask. And then ask yourself, what is it that is being presented to me right now in my life that you have that urge to learn more about or to fully dive into? And what could happen if you did that? Thinking bigger than yourself. And if any of that aligns with working with me, then I would love to accept that and to receive that and to work with you on what it is that you're going through in your life. At the time of recording this, I do have 2 open spots for private coaching. So I will let you know in the show notes if that is still the case, or if there's more or less, and there might be a wait list. But I would encourage you to click the link in the show notes, learn more about what it is like to work with me and what we do by clicking the link in the show notes that leads you to my beautiful landing page, if I may say so myself. Or you can set up a call with me and we can talk for 20, 30 minutes just about your life. And I can give you some free coaching on that call. And then I'll share with you what it would be like to work with me, and you can decide from there. And if not, if you have a Bali trip that's being presented to you, I say go for it, do it, pour into yourself, because it is selfless. It will bring out new things in yourself and new qualities, or maybe not new, but they were just hidden for so long, where you will show up as a more whole woman because of it. I'm feeling so excited for you as I'm just talking about this. So go do the thing. Let me know what that thing is, and let's celebrate each other. Celebrate listening to this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you are brand new or you've been here since Halloween of 2022. I appreciate you so much. I can't even put into words. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Go celebrate yourself by doing something for you. And I will see you for our next journaling session on Thursday. Thanks for joining me for today's journal entry. If something resonated with you, I'd love to know about it. Screenshot this episode, share it on social media, and tag me at samantha.s.says. Or even leave a review, which will help more women find this podcast to create more fulfillment in their career and as a mom. And hey, if you're thinking, I wish I could get more of this, I've got you covered. Click on the link in the show notes, which I customize each week based on what we're talking about. And I always include the link to the Calm Mind Blueprint, which are my 5 journal prompts to go from overwhelm to inner peace in 2 to 10 minutes a day. Subscribe so that you catch my Thursday 5-minute journal with me episodes and next week's full episode where we will continue this journey together. I'll see you then.